Alright, what's up guys? It's Total War Master here, thanks for stopping by. And today I have for you guys another Total War Shogun 2 online battle. Now, I did not feel like posting this one up. Only reason being is because this person did quit, maybe a couple minutes before the battle was going to be over. And I don't necessarily like to upload things where people, just quit in the middle of the battle. I will admit that I do that too sometimes, but I mean, I don't like posting that kind of stuff up because it does, sometimes it embarrasses the player and all that kind of stuff. But the only reason why I'm going to post this one up is because I'm going to be going up against somebody who is bringing an entirely modern army. No katana units, nothing like that, just Yari keys, black bears, tosas, and a parrot gun. That's all my opponent is bringing. I'm going to show you the punishment that can happen when you just bring gunpowder units to a fight like this. Now, what I have is I have some of these Yari Ashigaru, 2 bow regiments, or bow Ashigarus, Katana Samurai, Lone Sword Ashigaru, and that's about it. I also have Herald. I have this bow hero as well, Yorimoto's Yabusami Cavalry. I also have 2, well actually no, I have 1 light cavalry regiment, and I have 1 Yari cavalry. Now, as you can already tell by the craters here, I was trying to capture this workshop here, and you can see that he's just going to start wrecking my cav. And not only that, I have the toes of the riflemen that are coming up, so I just had to abandon the workshop. I couldn't risk capturing it. I did, however, end up capturing the farmhouse, and I am going to, in time, capture the shrine. Now, this game is going to be all about patience as well as timing. So I apologize if this video is going to be fairly long. I would fast forward it, but there's a lot of things that's going to be going on, kind of little micro things, so I just don't want to miss those. But you can see things are going to start off slow here. We're going to take up some positions. I'm going to move up some forces along here. And, initially, I'm going to move up my bow Ashigarus along up here. But you can see, man, those parrot guns are not fooling. I'm taking fairly heavy casualties here. Now, let's just real quick talk about, my opponent's army. Don't get me wrong, I am in no way a Total War Shogun 2 master here. But even I know that it is a very bad idea to go against a traditional army and only bring black powder units. I don't see the point in that. Yeah, you outnumber me in the shooting and range department, but then again, I outnumber you in strength, which is troop numbers, as well as morale. So I mean, it's not a good thing to. If you're a really skilled player, then yeah, I go ahead and do it. But it's just not a good idea to do this. But like I said, I'm not gonna act like it was an easy fight. Obviously somebody could just get slaughtered by a modern army like this with a traditional army. But all it really takes with this is just patience and waiting. And that's what this match is. I have to try, before I even do anything, I have to try and get my opponent to slip up here with his troop deployments and his line and such like that. So you see he's going to move up to try and take the workshop. I'm going to start firing with my bows. But he does have the range. So I'm going to move up my lone sword Ashigarus up along this hill. And he's going to keep pulling back. So as I said before, guys, this is going to be a game involving patience. If you really can't wait, you just want to see everything unfold, then I will put what are those things called? I'm just gonna call it a minute track in the description. That way we can get to where things unfold. But like I said, it's just gonna be patience. You know, at this point, I'm really trying to figure out what I want to do here, because you know I could just bulk charge into his units and maybe get away with that, but I can't do that. I don't want to risk that. I don't want to risk losing this match. So you can see I'm going to try and move up my bow Ashigaru just so I can know that they're there. I have something rangy up there, just in case he does try to get crafty and move up his black bears. As I said, he has these parrot guns, and they are just really wreaking havoc here. But yeah, I moved up my bow Ashigaru, and I tried to use the cover of the building as best as I could, but it just did not work out for me at all. So I lost a good number of my troops. I'm not good at math, so I'm just going to take a guess. I probably lost about maybe 30 troops right there, 30 men. As you can see, parrot guns are still doing damage to my bows. I'm going to try and take this Yari Cav regiment. And over time, I'm going to move him over along this crevice right there, that little hill. Here comes some Yariki. He's going to try, I believe what he was going to try and do was charge into my bow Ashigaru. But he saw my light cav regiment go in, so he pulled back. But you know what I am going to do? I am going to fast forward it though. So you can see here, he's going to start getting really crafty and cocky with his general, which is something that I really want him to do. It shows that he thinks that he has this game in the bag, which most players who play as modern armies normally do. So you can see he's trying to lure me out here so he could finish off the last of my cav regiments, and I'm trying to do the exact same thing. I'm trying to get him to come over here, try to extend it, so it will take his Yariki additional time, but by the time they get there, it'll be too late. So it's just poking back and forth, poking, trying to get each other to slip up. So, mind games, my friend, mind games. So you see, like I said, he's getting really cocky here. Look at this. He just put his general right there, and he's starting to fire right on my bows. So I moved a lone sword Ashigaru unit like that was going to do anything. I charged him into his general thinking they were going to do something. But you can see I have my bows not even breaking a sweat. We're going to try and take out some Tosas. There comes some arrows. Right there. So. Tosas. He's going to start shuffling. Going to keep going back to a defensive position. That's another thing I don't like about modern armies. Whenever you get bogged down or you know that you're going to start losing, the only thing you can do with these types of armies, you can only pull back, and you can only hope that the position that you chose isn't going to screw you over with that. You know, if this was uphill, then obviously I would be, you know, I would be in trouble. If my opponent had chosen this hill and just camped up here, I would have been done. You know, there was no way I would have been able to, you know, even at least remotely flank around him. So, as you can see, I'm going to move up my bow hero, move up some of my army. So you can see, slowly but surely, I'm trying to get things going here. But like I said, one of us needs to slip up here, and I know that that person will not be me. I need him to try and slip up here. As you can see, I put my light cavalry in uncharted territory. I'm going to pay the price for it with some parrot gunfire. I am going to move up my bow Eshigaru, and I moved him up really far. I shouldn't have moved him up that far, but I was really getting pissed at these black bears and these parrot guns. So I ultimately had to end up retreating my bows, and I had to sacrifice my light cavalry regiment to save my bow Eshigaru. You know, it's fairly obvious that my light cav isn't going to win against the REP. It's not going to happen. It just won't happen. Now I'm going to try and get a few shots from my bows.
Our men are running from the
Oh, good
battlefield.
spear throw,
Shame
bro.
for this play.
Jesus Christ, that's a good spear throw. I saw that. Okay. So I'm going to pull back my bow Eshigaru. You can see he had no remorse. No remorse at all. So he's going to charge his Yaris right on my bows. To try and help him out, I sent in some Yari Eshigaru. They're going to charge, and they're going to hit my bows. But I'm going to charge at his cav, and we're going to get a few kills. Yeah, we're going to get a few kills. So you see I had Harold come in there to try and take out some of them too.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord.
So we're coming under parrot fire. Harold's going to lose a lot of good men. So sorry, Harold. Oh, I tried to zoom in, but I wasn't typing in the right things. So I'm fairly certain that my opponent is just having an orgasm right now, because he's in the perfect position right now. I'm fairly separated from my army along here. Most of my guys are too far to really do anything to support these guys. So if he really wanted to, he could wipe out this bulk here, and then over time he could probably wipe out the rest. But like I said, he doesn't have katanas. He didn't bring bows. Like I said in the last video, I really like bows because they can fire over crevices, they can fire over buildings, anything like that. They don't have to worry about line of sight. The only thing that you have to be able to be careful with is how much damage they do and how much range they have, because obviously a bow regiment's range is worse. It's more worse than a Black Bear or Tosa, obviously, regiment's sight. As you can see now, things are going to start cooling off, but they'll pick up again shortly. So there you go. He's going to move in his Tosas. So here they go. You get a few kills on his Tosas. See, I'm going to charge in my Yari Cav, and we're going to hit this Yari Keep. I think I kind of got him off guard because he was microing over there. But we are going to hit his Yaris. But unfortunately, his general is going to come in and he's going to ruin everything. He's going to kill off my Yaris. But it is going to cause his Yaris to shatter.
Our men are running from the battlefield. Shame for this play.
So there they go. generals, not my generals, my bow Eshigaru. I'm gonna start trying to hit this general's bodyguard unit. So, what did I lose from that? I lost my cav regiment. I've lost a bow Eshigaru, but he lost a cav regiment too. That is a fair trade on me. I'll take that any day, because that is one less melee, capable melee unit that I have to deal with. So I'm going to charge a lone sword Eshigaru unit straight into this general's bodyguard, thinking that it was going to do something. Now, I want you to watch this. Okay, see, he's going to panic, and he's going to move in his Tosas to cover his general's escape. Now, he's going to leave his right flank exposed right here. If I really wanted to, I could take my bows and move right on through and hit him from behind. Same thing goes for over here. But I'm not going to do that. I want him to slip up a little bit more. And you see, he's doing it. He's moving up Tosas more and more. And here we go. I'm putting my plan into action. I'm moving in my bow hero, and we're going to start taking him out from the front. I'm going to charge my lone swords into his general. Or actually, I'm going to charge my bow hero into his general, and I'm going to reroute my lone swords, and we're going to charge into these Tosas. So you can see it was a fairly successful charge. So his general's gone. Now I'm going to charge into this Tosas. I'm going to give my lone sword some time to charge into this Tosas. Right after, I'm going to charge into the second Tosa regiment here. We're going to do our best to try and keep the weight off of my lone swords and finish off this regiment, and then we can keep going forth. Now, one thing I should have been doing is I should have been moving up my troops a little bit quicker. I was losing time, and as you can see, I did do that, but it was a little bit too late. So I'm just going back and forth with my bow. And now at this point, I'm going to do one last charge into these Tosas, and then I'm going to pull back, because at this point it's not worth going forward anymore. So as I said, now this whole area right here is in disarray. He has to keep this unit here to fire on my lones, and he has to keep this unit here to keep my my cav from coming back. You know, and now he has his paraguns. And I mean, look at this. 3 out of 30 men are gone. I mean, 3 men out of 30 are left here. And they are still going strong. But see, there it goes. He's got to pull back to another position to try and figure it out. See, and he has to do it with his black bears too. He has no choice but to pull all of his guys back to try and stop my oncoming troops here. But I'm not gonna keep moving. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna let him think that he's come up to a good position, because I don't want him to end up finding out that I can just flank him from behind. That was not part of the plan. So I just executed it. I charged my katanas straight into his black bears. Black bears don't have a lot of fast reload time, so it gave me some time to push forward. But you can see, as I said, he's gonna push. He's gonna get to another position, and he's gonna start opening fire. But I did have the help of the shrine as well as the farmhouse, so I think that's one of the reasons why my guys kept going as well as they did. Because normally, if they were under fire like this, they would have routed instantly. I mean, look at this. Yet they still pushed forward.
Our men are running from the battlefield.
So here comes the rest of my army. They're going to be under cover of bow fire. But as you can see, his Tosas and Black Bears are just wrecking my guys. But we were able to get through. We're going to start breaking up his Black Bears and his Tosas little by little. Here comes Harold Hardrada. He's going to come in. Luckily, I had Yari Eshigarus right there. Going to hit those Yari keys. Now, obviously, Harold would have lost that battle, but thanks to the Yari keys, I was able to finish off the Yari keys. So there he goes again. He's going to try and reform and get a better position. But it's too late. He has his guys turned behind, and it's going to give me an excellent chance to charge Harold right into the backs. So there he goes. And then right there, my opponent decided to concede defeat. So anyway, good game to my opponent. I'm going to real quick look at the battle statistics because there are some people who want to look at those. So we'll just look at those right now. Alright, so as you can see, I deployed a lot more troops than he did. A good amount more. I did take more losses, and I didn't kill as much as he did. But that, that just goes to show you, how well a unit can, how well a traditional army can really fight. So it seems like the unit that got the most kills was my 1st Katana Regiment. It seems like the unit that got the most kills on my enemy's team was the General's Bodyguard. So, anyway, as I said, good game to my opponent. You fought well, but I hope that just teaches you to try and bring some more sword units, man. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. It's Total War Master, signing off.